was wondering if I could see a Dr. Loomis. He admitted me when I first came in.
One moment, please. Good. If you follow the little blue light to conference room 3, he'll meet you there.
Sir Harris. What a pleasant surprise. I suppose you'd better come in. To be honest, we didn't think we'd be seeing you again.
Aren't you interested to know if my memory's improved?
Your memory? Of course. I'm sure Dr. Fravel would have been interested too, had she still been alive.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry about what happened to her. But I need information, Dr. Loomis.
And I'm sorry, Sir Harris. But I don't think I'm in any position to help you.
Then you better get into position, Doc, because there are people shooting at me, dragging my ass all over space, and generally doing their level best to terminate my existence. You're the only one who saw me in that pod, and the pod is at the center of this whole mess. Now start talking!
Sir Harris, in law, when you left this facility without clearance, you closed your own case down. I'm not obliged to have anything further to do with you, and that suits me just fine.
Doctor, wait! Look, I'm sorry. I've got problems. I think maybe you've got them too from the way you look, but at least you remember your past life. I know how to do things, but not how I know how to do them. I've got no past. That pod I came in is the only link with who I was, and you're the only one who saw it.
There were suggestions that we should forget your case ever happened.
Suggestions from her?
No names. Just a lot of veiled threats. You arrived in a pretty beat-up pod, Harris. Custom-built, not one of the off-the-peg models. At least 10 years old.
10 years?
It could have been older. And you hadn't been in a hospital. There was no practitioner's seal on the pod when we opened it. Pod displays wouldn't show any reg number or planet of origin. But we didn't have a lot of time to bother about that. You were already in full cycle. The crash had started the pod's resuscitation routines. They took the thing away, but I don't know where. More than that, I can't help you. And I think the less we're seen together, the better. Good luck, Sir Harris. You're going to need a whole lot of it.
Doctor, look. I've got problems. I think maybe you've got them too from the way you look, but at least you remember your past life. I know how to do things, but not how I know how to do them. I've got no past. That pod I came in is the only link with who I was, and you're the only one who saw it.
Okay. There were suggestions that we should forget your case ever happened.
Suggestions from her?
No names. Just a lot of veiled threats. You arrived in a pretty beat-up pod, Harris. Custom-built, not one of the off-the-peg models. At least 10 years old.
10 years?
It could have been older. And you hadn't been in a hospital. There was no practitioner's seal on the pod when we opened it. Pod displays wouldn't show any reg number or planet of origin. But we didn't have a lot crash had started the pod's resuscitation routines. They took the thing away, but I don't know where. More than that, I can't help you. And I think the less we're seen together, the better. Good luck, Sir Alice. You're going to need a whole lot of it.
Yeah? What is it? Who sent you?
Are you Hal Taffin?
I might be. Then again, who's asking?
My name's Lev Aris. I believe you're in possession of a medical pod.
Oh, no. Not me.
The public database says you got it off the Canara.
Don't believe everything you read in the database. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a wayward biochip I got to de-discombobulate. Good day.
Sir Taffin, I realize how precious your time is, and I would hate to have to bother you with this again. I'd sooner we come to some accommodation.
Accommodation is pretty expensive around these parts.
I don't expect to pay basement prices for a penthouse suite.
Kind of place you're looking for cost $10,000.
I don't have that much.
Then I don't have that much to say. Come back when you got it. You're back again. You got enough money this time, make me feel like talking to you?
I just thought...
You didn't think, Cully. You don't have the necessary. Come back when you do.
Sir Taffin, I realize how precious your time is, and I would hate to have to bother you with this again. I'd sooner we come to some accommodation.
Accommodation's pretty expensive around these parts.
I don't expect to pay basement prices for a penthouse suite.
Kind of place you're looking for cost $10,000.
10,000. Okay. What do you know?
I sold it to a guy named Angus Santana on Anhur. He works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
They were looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There was a lot of questions. Everyone's getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest in it?
Get out of here. You're back again. You got enough money this time, make me feel like talking to you?
Yep.
So, what was it you wanted to ask me about?
That pod.
I sold it to a guy named Angus Santana on Anhur. He works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
They were looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There was a lot of questions. Everyone's getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest in it?
Get out of here.
Now listen, Taffin. I don't have time for your paranoid games. Maybe you'll be a little more talkative.
Touch me and you're dead. Now go.
Stay. Yeah, stay. I'll call the Teeps. Tell them how you're threatening. How I had to shoot you. It's happened before. They won't ask questions. They like me, the Teeps.
Okay, shoot, Taffin. But make it a good one. Because if I don't drop dead the second you pull that trigger, you lose the rest of your ugly face.
Oh, the pod. You want to know about the medical pod. Why didn't you say so? I sold it to a guy called Angus Santana on Anher. Works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
We're looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There were a lot of questions.
Everyone's been getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest?
Get out of here.
Sir, I'm sorry. You could say that I'm not really myself at the moment. Please excuse me.
People like you think they can push me around. What I don't like it, see? What's gonna cost you? 20 big ones, or you're out of here.
All right. Tell me what you know.
I sold it to a guy named Angus Santana on Anher. He works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
They were looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There was a lot of questions. Everyone's getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest in it?
Get out of here.
Sir, I'm sorry. You could say that I'm not really myself at the moment.
This time you got enough money to make me feel like having a conversation with you?
No.
Then come back when you do.
This time you got enough money to make me feel like having a conversation with you?
Yeah. Now about that pod.
I sold it to a guy named Angus Santana on Anher. He works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
They were looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There was a lot of questions. Everyone's getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest in it?
Get out of here.
Don't mind the mess, mess the mind. That's the slogan for today. Don't know what it means, but when did that ever stop progress, eh? How can I help, sir?
Lev Aris.
Excellent. I can only give you a few minutes, I'm afraid, Sir Aris. On the way to a meeting. 3 meetings, actually, simultaneously.
I appreciate it.
Where did I put those minutes? You must be with Taffin Reclamation.
Yes.
Hey, it's really cool about that memory solid turning up. Could have had mucho trouble decommissioning the pod without it. You want tea? Coffee? Liquid air?
That is...
That is? That is ain't in the script, is it? That is decidedly this conversation.
Well,
You're not with Taffin, are you? Whoever you are, the idea of you coming in here wearing a fake beard and moustache, metaphorically speaking, doesn't float my boat. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, Sir Santana. Listen, I've been going through some kind of hell the last few days, but I shouldn't have tried it on. I'm not with Taffin.
Tell you the truth, it gives me the creepers anyway. So what does bring you here?
The pod that Taffin sold you, I have an interest in it.
That I figured.
I was in it just before it was sold.
That would account for the interest.
I'm trying to clear up some questions about the facility I was in prior to being put in the pod, but I can't do that without the pod's serial number, and it doesn't show in the manifest of the ship it was on.
What ship was that?
The Canera.
The one that crashed? Hey, that whole business was not unstrange. Some crazy rumors flying around. Way off the planet. Could you put some clothes on those rumors?
Maybe. But it's the pod that I'm interested in. Can you give me the serial number?
Well, if I had time to think about it, I'm sure there are a million reasons why I shouldn't. But I'm in a charitable mood, and I do have a meeting to get to.
3 meetings.
On the button. Here's what you're after. I've transferred it to your computer. If you follow the landings and the cargo information attached to that tracking number, you ought to be able to find the planet of origin. That's the old number. A new one's been assigned since we bought the pod.
Thanks. You said something about a memory solid going missing.
Yes, not something that normally would become detached. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. You've been very helpful. Thanks very much.
Think nothing of it.
No, I think there must be some mistake. I'm not with Taffin. The pod that Taffin sold you, I have an interest in it.
That I figured.
I was in it just before it was sold.
That would account for the interest.
I'm trying to clear up some questions about the facility I was in prior to being put in the pod, but I can't do that without the pod's serial number, and it doesn't show in the manifest of the ship it was on.
What ship was that?
The Canera.
The one that crashed? Hey, that whole business was not unstrange. Some crazy rumors flying around. Way off the planet. Could you Put some clothes on those rumors.
Maybe. But it's the pod that I'm interested in. Can you give me the serial number?
Well, if I had time to think about it, I'm sure there are a million reasons why I shouldn't. But I'm in a charitable mood, and I do have a meeting to get to.
3 meetings.
On the button. Here's what you're after. I've transferred it to your computer. If you follow the landings and the cargo information attached to that tracking number, you ought to be able to find the planet of origin. That's the old number. A new one's been assigned since we bought the pod.
Thanks. You said something about a memory solid going missing.
Yes, not something that normally would become detached. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. You've been very helpful. Thanks very much.
Think nothing of it.
Hi.
Sir, how can I help you?
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to track down the history of a pod you constructed for someone.
I'm sorry, but that information is confidential. We can't just give it to people walking in off the street.
Well, is there somebody else I can talk to?
No, I'm sorry, it's just me at the moment, and I really can't give out that information.
Listen, Sarah. I've come all the way from Anher to get this information, and I need some help.
There have been a lot of shady types in here recently, enough to have put in a new security system. Like it? Some of those people have come on a lot heavier than you have.
Sarah, do you know you look like my sister?
No.
I mean, that is, if I had a sister, I'd really like her to look like you.
You're telling the truth now. Because no one like you who had a sister would have survived this long. You're too upset looking to be a serious crook. Now you just start behaving yourself.
Is it all right then if I just wait until someone comes who I can take this up with?
All right. But I can't guarantee anything different will happen. What's so special about this pod?
I was in it. I was being transported from a medical facility, and they left me with some physical problems that I won't be able to handle until I find out where that facility was. But the pod went down in the Canera.
Oh my goodness.
And some data was lost from the pod's memory, and now it can't be traced. Listen, I have the pod's serial number, if it would be of any help.
Come here. I really shouldn't be doing this. There. It was commissioned and paid for by Adan Naitor on Janus 4. Goodness. The record's almost 20 years old.
What?
Anyway, there's his address. Though there's no guarantee he's there anymore. Was that all you came about?
Yeah.
Right. I've transferred the information into your computer. Now you better get out of here before my boss gets back. I never saw you. Even if you do look a lot like my little brother.
Sarah, thanks very much.
Go on, get out before my boss sees you and asks what you wanted.
Look, I'm sorry. Please, please listen. I really need this information, and I don't know what to do to get it.
Not threatening people might be one place to start.
Consider yourself unthreatened. Please. I really need your help.
Is it all right then if I just wait until someone comes who I can take this up with?
All right, but I can't guarantee anything different will happen. What's so special about this pod?
I was in it. I was being transported from a medical facility, and they left me with some physical problems that I won't be able to handle until I find out where that facility was. But the pod went down in the Canera.
Oh my goodness.
And some data was lost from the pod's memory, and now it can't be traced. Listen, I have the pod's serial number, if it would be of any help.
Come here. I really shouldn't be doing this. There. It was commissioned and paid for by Edan Maitor on Janus 4. Goodness. The record's almost 20 years old.
What?
Anyway, there's his address. Though there's no guarantee he's there anymore. Was that all you came about?
Yeah.
Right. I've transferred the information into your computer. Now you better get out of here before my boss gets back. I never saw you. Even if you do look a lot like my little brother.
Sarah, thanks very much.
Go on, get out before my boss sees you and asks what you wanted.
Well, is it all right then if I just wait until someone comes who I can take this up with?
All right, but I can't guarantee anything different will happen. What's so special about this pod?
I was in it. I was being transported from a medical facility, and they left me with some physical problems that I won't be able to handle until I find out where that facility was. But the pod went down in the Canera.
Oh my goodness.
And some data was lost from the pod's memory, and now it can't be traced. Listen, I have the pod's serial number, if it would be of any help.
Come here. I really shouldn't be doing this. There. It was commissioned and paid for by Edan Maitor on Janus 4. Goodness. The record's almost 20 years old.
What?
Anyway, there's his address. Though there's no guarantee he's there anymore. Was that all you came about?
Yeah.
Right. I've transferred the information into your computer. Now you better get out of here before my boss gets back. I never saw you. Even if you do look a lot like my little brother.
Sarah, thanks very much.
Go on, get out before my boss sees you and asks what you wanted.
to speak to a Sir Jan Maitor, please.
No. Go away.
Holy God! You! Get out! Sir Maitor, I'm here about a pod.
At another age, and another time and place. Begone, I beseech you, begone.
The pod, you mad old bastard. The one that went down in the Canera.
Canera? You mean Malika didn't... What do you want of us now?
I want to know where that pod was before it was put on board the Canera, when I was put in it.
Why are you asking me these things? I'm not supposed to know them. I'm supposed to have forgotten them.
Well, remember those things.
Now! Kappa Labs. Kappa, damn you. Now go, leave us alone.
Give me the coordinates.
But you know. It's out in the scatterpelt. Listen, it was all so long ago. But it was all right. The pod worked. Just tell me what you want.
Who put me in the pod?
Go to Kappa Labs, you will see. If I open my mouth, you know what they'll do. You know better than most. My heart, I can't breathe. Your father, he would... He said...
Father? What about my father?
What about my father?
Why should you see the inside of Hades unless you're guilty of a crime?
Am I being accused of something here?
Not necessarily.
Now look, I saved your life. I choose to follow you down here. Now, if you don't quit playing the man of mystery, I'm going to get back on my ship and I'll take my own chances with whoever's trying to nail me.
There's a lot to tell you, Aris. I don't know how much you know. I don't know how much you're involved. Right now, I don't care. You could be the biggest cutthroat this side of New Bedlam, as long as you help me get the Kindred.
The Kindred? Isn't that some kind of organized crime group?
It's the organized crime group. Over the past 40 years, they've infiltrated every aspect of society. Commerce, government, law enforcement. On every planet known to man, they manipulate stock markets, planetary economies, politics. And anyone who tries to stop them, anyone who tries to get in their way, they're eliminated.
That puts you in the firing line, Hassan.
It's my job.
That's all it is, a job.
The man who runs the organization has stayed in the shadows for some time. But you tell me, Aris. You tell me about the man who runs the Kindred.
What am I supposed to know?
He's clever, ruthless, brilliant by all accounts, lavish with rewards to his faithful servants, brutal to those who aren't.
Yeah, I think we've established he's a powerful bastard. What's that to do with me?
In the Kindred organization, his name is Kronos. CIS is at war with the Kindred. It's a war you found yourself in the middle of.
I don't want any part of it. I've got my own problems.
You haven't begun to have problems. You cross me, you'll have problems. You're gonna have to choose sides, Aris. Which brings us to the Kindred operative known as Malachi.
Yeah, look, maybe I knew him once. I had a crash.
So we noticed. Memory loss. Unlucky, or a good excuse.
What's so important about Malachi?
We think he's one of Kronos' top lieutenants, possibly his closest friend for many years. And he seems inordinately interested in you.
Why?
That's the question. Maybe he was the one who erased your personal records. Maybe he was the one trying to get you at the hospital at Cryos. What's important is he's trying to get to you. And that means you can help us get him.
Well, you want to use me as bait?
We'll be doing each other a favor.
No way. No, this is your crusade, Hassan. Who was it? A CIS partner? A lover? Who did the Kindred kill that's burned you so bad?
It's got nothing to do with it.
You're lying.
You're right. There was someone. But that doesn't make taking a murderous dog like Malachi out of orbit any less important.
Okay, I need extra weapon systems installed in my ship.
Blind fire Doom?
Absolutely. And I'll need files, a complete breakdown of everything you know about the Kindred.
You got it. And I'll give you some passwords. Get you into the computers of a firm called Blessed Aqualine on Vex. You might find something of interest.
What happens if the Vex police catch me snooping through their files?
Don't let them.
A CIS operative condoning breaking the law?
I prefer to think of it as bending.
Well, don't you have your own agents for this kind of thing?
Never know who to trust in this business, Aris. It's a dirty war. They got moles inside the CIS. We got agents in their organization. We get them the mushroom treatment.
The mushroom treatment?
Yeah, feed them shit. Keep them in the dark. You'll find the files and passwords for Aqualine in your ship's computer. You should check out the business of a man called Hugo Carmichael.
What happens when Kronos' people get to me?
We won't be far behind. My boss, Sheila Nabokov, been chasing Kronos a long time. We both want him bad. We can get to him through Malachi.
And when I'm through with all this?
Maybe by then, you'll know who you are. Be able to make your own choice. What?
Hugo Carmichael.
Who wants to know?
My name's Lev Harris. I have some questions for you.
Yeah, I bet you have. It's a pity I'm fresh out of answers.
Looks like you're going somewhere in a hurry.
Oh, what gives you that impression?
Malachi.
Mala what?
Your sudden departure wouldn't have anything to do with Malachi, would it?
Only if I believed in ghosts. Listen, pal, I've got a ship to catch.
Not before I ask you a couple of questions about a box you're taking care of.
I don't know nothing about no box.
Someone named Lan Regis.
You running in a new brain, or what? I already told you that worm food's nothing to worry about. Now get out of here.
You seem a little nervous.
Only about missing my ship.
Does this have something to do with me?
You really restore my faith in human stupidity. Hand me my trunks.
Let me help you somehow.
You? Help me? You got a ship? You got D-drive?
Yeah.
Well, so have I. And I'm going to Hephaestus. It's a long journey and nasty things can happen when you're flying alone. So, if you're so keen to play the Good Samaritan, you can watch my arse, okay?
Sure. Is it Malachi you're worried about?
Oh, Jesus, you are behind the times. Malachi was a code name for Lan Regis. He fried when the Canera went down. Haven't laughed so much since my first divorce.
Malachi on the Canera?
We'll talk when we get to Hephaestus.
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for somebody called Hugo Carmichael. He's a guest, I believe.
Certainly, sir. Just follow your lovely hostess. She'll take you to his room.
This way, sir. Room 13014, sir. Enjoy your stay at the Galactic Gourmet.
Hugo?
Step inside.
Yep. Thought you said you leave your troubles outside.
Sometimes they just follow you in.
Looking for something special, huh?
Yeah.
But first you want a drink. A big one.
Right again. Johnny, listen. I need somebody.
It's written all over your face, man.
Somebody who knows how to crack a password.
Is that all? Grab yourself a seat. I'll bend a few appropriate ears.
I'm known as Dimitri. I believe you're being called Aris.
I believe so.
Joe says you've got some nature of a problem. Aha. Detected. Spiteful.
Spiteful, how?
Well, the algorithm for breaking this little baby is going to be a technical headache on a major scale. We are talking problems.
How many problems?
About 30,000 problem, I'd venture.
That's a lot of problems.
So is this. Where I have to go for the algorithm, I may not be able to go again for a while. I have to cover my lost business.
20,000.
Take it or leave it. This one's hotter than a Venturi chamber with an answer.
Okay, you're on.
Good. It'll take me a little while to get this sorted. Time-wise. You hang limply and abuse yourself.
Where are you going?
Somewhere quiet to work.
No. How do I know you won't just run off with it?
Dimitri, don't run. Unless there's a fight.
Basuma's asset has now officially been classified as resumed lost after transmissions from its location in a previously unsurveyed star system were correctly corrected. Mission status did not transfer This transmission is electronic
That was quick.
It is. When you know how. Go on.
What's that?
Due decapitated.
What?
Someone must have nervous body trying to force this in. There's enough Dudek here to blow you, me, sinners, and this whole goddamn side of this port into vapors. And the whole wouldn't even smoke afterwards. Just goes to show you. It pays to spend money on quality work. Meanwhile, if I were you, I'd take that somewhere quiet.
Oh, you said you leave your troubles outside.
Sometimes they just follow you in.
Looking for something special, right?
Yeah.
First, you want a drink. A big one.
Right again. Somebody.
It's written all over your face now.
Somebody who knows how to crack a password.
Is that all? Grab yourself a seat. I'll bend a few appropriate ears.
I'm known as Dimitri. I believe you're being called Aris.
I believe so.
Joe says you've got some nature of a problem. Detective. Spiteful.
Spiteful, how?
Well, the algorithm for breaking this little baby is going to be a technical headache on a major scale. We are talking problems.
How many problems?
About 30,000 problem, I'd venture.
That's a lot of problems.
So is this. Where I have to go for the algorithm, I may not be able to go again for a while. I have to cover my lost business.
20,000.
Take it or leave it. This one's hotter than a Venturi chamber with an Oscar.
I just haven't got the readies.
Sorry. Can't help it. But come back when you've got the money. Great. Let's get on with it. You get comfortable. I'll be back.
Surprising new evidence of alien technology similar to that found on Correctus. The Suma's Eye has now officially been classified presumed lost after transmissions from its location in a previously unsurveyed star system were
Quick.
It is. When you know how. Go on.
What's that?
Do a decapitated element.
What?
Someone must have nervous body trying to force this in. There's enough Dudek here to blow you, me, sinners, and this whole goddamn side of this boat into vapor sphere. And the whole wouldn't even smoke afterwards. Just goes to show you. It pays to spend money on quality work. Meanwhile, if I were you, I'd take that somewhere quiet. You got the funds?
No.
Gotta give you this. You're a trunk. But no Lutitri, no Dimitri. Sorry.
news travels fast.
Because if you spend enough money.
Malachi's dead.
Malachi's dead?
Went down with the Canera. Listen, does the name Reinhardt mean anything to you?
Maybe. Maybe a code name for one of Kronos' lieutenants. You sure he's dead?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. What's the problem?
Well, if Malachi's dead, who the hell have we got? We got the guy who sent you all the email. Caught him as he was leaving Beck's.
Reading my email? David, I've got to meet this guy. You owe me.
CIS, Secure Services. Beck's TP, high security facility.
BTP.
Chief Proctor's office. Ron, it's David Hassan.
David. The orders came through this morning. He's on his way.
What orders?
Moving a prisoner over to Hades.
Orders? Under whose seal?
Yours.
What's going on?
These orders come through.
Last night. We shipped him out a couple of hours ago.
Tell BTP to get everything they can out there. That ship's gonna be attacked. Coming?
Access, sir.
So you made it through after all. Bravo.
Bravo. You know how many people have died?
Oh, who the hell cares?
Who are you?
Well, I suppose we're all friends around here. My code name is Reinhardt.
You sure you're not Malachi?
Don't be absurd. Malachi's dead. Do I look dead? Malachi and I, well, let's say we used to be Kronos' right-hand men.
Used to be.
So, where do I fit into all this?
Please, let us proceed in an orderly fashion. Information is a valuable commodity. Before I tell you anything, I will require certain assurances. I find myself being sought by both the Kindred and the CIS.
And you think we're the softer option?
Positively sponge-like, David. I'll require a CIS protection plan, a new identity on one of the more idyllic outworlds.
That could be arranged.
I never doubted it.
So, who am I?
Do you remember your brother?
My brother?
Your twin brother. You were born just moments before him, which made you the oldest. Therein lie the problem.
My brother? Son?
How he hated the way your mother doted on you. Then when you got sick with the AOS virus and they froze you, it broke her heart. Sa always blamed you for her death.
This is bullshit. It can't be.
What can it be?
When your father's heart gave out on him, you were still in deep freeze, so the mantle of power went to your little brother.
My father?
Vel Ricard. You are Vel Ricard II.
But he died 20 years ago.
No, he was put into a cryopod 20 years ago.
Well, your father was founder of Ricard Planetary.
Which became the Kindred. Since taking over, Sa has turned himself into Kronos.
Kronos? That was a boardroom nickname for my father, the old man.
Now it's your brother, who was always unstable, but constant use of revive
Well, the anti-aging drug, that stuff's dangerous, isn't it?
Only insofar as it eventually makes you age faster and as an added bonus turns the mind to jelly, which is what's happening to little Sarah, much to our distress.
Don't. Things got too messy, even for you.
My heart bleeds. Yes, it does bleed. It's bled profusely since that little accident we arranged. Do you ever wish that it was you that died and not your shit right?
David, he's just trying to wind you up.
Succeeding, it seems. To think, if you hadn't been frozen, you'd have been part of our war against the CIS. There wouldn't have been quite such buddy love between you then, huh?
Yeah, whoever I was, I've changed.
People don't change that much. Some are born wolves. Some are sheep. You might be wearing sheep's clothing, but your fangs are showing through.
Yeah, well, maybe losing my memory was the best thing that could have happened to me. It's given me a chance to choose. Why?
God, this has become dangerously close to being a religious experience. Forget it. As soon as all your memories return, you'll be just like you used to be. Your father's son.
Maybe he's right.
Your old man was a wise one. When he had Jan Mitor freeze you, he also stored all the company access codes with you.
Yeah, he did. I'm remembering that now.
When SAR went off the rails, Malachi and I knew we needed the son and heir back, but SAR found out, had Malachi killed in the Canera.
Those guys in the hospital?
First two were mine. I didn't tell the idiots to trash the whole place just to get you out of there.
And the second two were SAR's come to blow me away, and when that didn't work, he sent Kindred Ops to tell me to finish off the job.
He knows you could replace him.
That's right, I will.
He maybe have a chance to test that resolve. He's coming to take someone out himself.
Who? Me?
His boss. The head of CIS.
Shilimankov. The security conference.
The very same.
David, this is my war too.
What side are you on?
The right side.
Sir Aris, remember, once a wolf, always a wolf.
You look the same. How I hated that face. How I love my own.
Well, it's just as well you're so well adjusted, Sar, otherwise that could have driven you a bit crazy. You look like shit, by the way.
Shit. Shit! Still the same old smug belle, eh? Well, your face might be new, but that's the only thing that is. Your history. The firm's done quite nicely without you.
That's not what I heard. You become a liability, embarrassment. People are laughing at you.
No one loves a Kronos!
Kronos was our father. You're not fit to carry the same name. Neither of us are.
I'm fit enough to expand the kindred. To make it more feared, more hated, more effective.
More bullshit, brother. The kindred is falling apart quicker than you are.
You're just jealous! Jealous because I was the eldest. Jealous because Mummy liked me better than you! Go on, admit it. Admit it, Tsar. You're jealous of me.
You're crazy. I'm Val Yorsar, remember?
No, I mean... It's not fair. It was never fair.
Face it, Tsar. You've cracked and all your plans have cracked too.
No! I'll show them. I'll show them me who's the eldest. I was nastier than you. Harder, meaner. I'll show them who's best son.
But they're both dead. Father never liked you, and Mother only.
Don't you dare mention her! You pushed me aside in the womb, didn't you? I should have come out first, but you pushed me aside.
I couldn't say so. I think I was asleep at the time.
Oh, always the jokes, always the witty replies, always light, always love. At least I've left my mark on you. It would take you years to get the company back the way you want it.
Maybe not. I have all the company codes. I have the keywords to all the shell accounts. But more than that, I can be Kronos for as long as I want to.
No!
For as long as it takes to put things right.
No, you can't. I'm Kronos. I am Kronos. I am...
Say goodnight, little brother.
The light. Leave the light on, Mommy. Please. Mommy. Please. Leave the light. The light.
Take me to one of the escape ships. We're going home.
Sir Aris, do come in. Sir, I have a lot to thank you for. I hope you'll allow my father to drop several thousand credits in your account by way of thanks.
Heaven forbid I should argue the point.
He's also taken the liberty of looking into your past records, and he's going to ask the authorities to remove a few unfortunate blots.
That's very nice of him.
And I think I can find some more concrete ways to say thank you.
Sounds like fun. introduced.
You've introduced yourself. When you blew away those goons that were trying to ruin my day, you have the dry slips, mister. Let me wet them for you a little. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Well, that depends. Melissa Banks.
Lev Aris.
Thanks for helping me out, Lev.
It was a pleasure.
Was or is?
Well, that depends. Who were those guys anyway? Jealous boyfriends?
Something to do with my dead brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He got killed a few months back. Only heard about it recently. Started asking questions, then suddenly started finding people like that waiting out in the dark for me. The dark is no place to be alone in.
What do you suggest?
I could use a wingman. Interested?
I should warn you that I'm not really looking for a long-term relationship.
And I'm not offering one. It's just that I need to get safely out system. Got a few more questions about my brother that still need answering. So what are you looking for, Lev Aris?
Just some guy I used to know.
Maybe I could help you find him.
Yeah. I think maybe you could.
Wow. It's getting hot in here. I'll give you the coordinates tomorrow.
Listen, my lips are still a little dry.
Oh, well. We can't have that, can we? It's getting late. And we have an early start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lev. Remember what we were talking about earlier?
About long-term relationships.
No. About not being alone in the dark.
Unfortunately, my schedule's a little full at the moment.
Listen, I understand completely. It's a lot to ask. I'll do all right. It's just that I saw how good you were. I still owe you a favor. And I hope I'll get the chance to let you know how grateful I am. Eventually.
I'd offer to buy you a drink, but you seem to be pretty well equipped.
Yeah. That's what they all say. And it's always a fool who listens.
Why?
Haven't I seen you around here before?
I thought that was supposed to be my line.
I'm serious. You're that hot pilot, aren't you? You're free this week.
I am, but I was hoping to hang on to my liver a while longer.
A humorist. Tell me, Sir Hot Pilot. You ever killed anybody?
It's hard to avoid in my line of work.
Do you want to kill someone else? I can pay.
Who do you have in mind?
the oldest story in the book. He says to me, Bernice, someday you're going to have my job. But first you'll need a little coaching. And I believed him. Oh, he coached me all right. And when promotion time came around, guess who got promoted? And guess who got bimbo-tracked?
As you say, an old story.
With a very old solution. Heart failure. Oh. His. You interested?
Depends on the payment.
Cash on the barrel end. And when I hear he's dead, 7,000.
$7,000. Sure. Why not?
Here. His address, codes, details of his comings and goings. And make it a slow death. I want this bastard to suffer.
Sorry, Sarah. I don't think so.
Another little boy in man's clothing. Go away, little boy. You bother me.
Hi, how you doing? I'm here to pick up a package from a Dr. Graham Gold.
Sir Aris, he's left it here for you. It's to go to Interplanetary Aid. Sir Angus Santana. Your payment comes through on delivery.
Thanks.
What's the matter, Uncle? Oh, nephew, the heart of the things that we had here, the soul of them has been stolen, taken by heartless infidels, doubtless to be sold for filthy lucre.
What was this exactly?
A small and exquisitely made image of the Lord of the Brews in his aspect as taster. The holy cup in one hand is Hannah raised in blessing. Oh, a thing of great beauty, of history, which our people have cherished for a millennia. And now, all gone. We would do anything to get it back. Anything.
How much anything?
Quite a lot. 10,000 at least.
Nasty, despoiling infidels. You got their names, did you?
Oh, yes, indeed. Gray, Ronnie or Reggie.
Aris, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for telling the whole world.
Word had it you do odd space jobs here and there.
What of it?
I found my old Grandpa Doug's journal. It's a MacArthur Model 6 Journal Master, Mark 41.
Lucky old Grandpa Doug.
Oh, don't mind if I do, I'll have a beer. You'll have to speak up. Eardrums got a little dented. Too many explosions.
What's your problem?
Next Tuesday. Now, came across an entry. He left an old warehouse full of hardware on Bex just before he died. The equipment is still there.
I think I get the picture.
No, I'm not religious myself. All you've got to do is go and pick the stuff up. Clever guy like you should be able to do that.
Yeah, but how will I know how to find the plane?
Just land, and a friend of mine will have the stuff loaded for you.
What's in it for me?
My knees, fine. It's my ears.
Payment.
Oh, 6,000. And I'll throw in Hollow book I wrote about military hardware through the ages.
All right.
Hey, you did me a big favour there. Put a little something in your account just now. 6,000. Thanks, Bill! No! I'm never ill.
Sorry, friend, not interested.
Listen up. I'm Ralph McCloud. Mighty pleased to meet you, stranger, on account of you just saving my butt. Let me throw a few drinks down that fine gullet of yours. Bartender? Now listen, bud. I reckon one good turn deserves, well, hell, deserves a darn sight more than just another cliche, huh? What I'm trying to say is, I want to do something to help you in return. Yes, sir.
Well, if you insist.
Glad to hear you say that. 'Cause, though I might look like just another lonesome space boat, I happen to have an extra set of creeping Mark IV lasers in my ship, and I'd be pleased and mighty proud to install them in yours.
Well, I'd be pleased and mighty proud to accept that offer. Thanks, McLeod.
Don't mention it.
Sir Galahad!
So who?
The Sir who saved my silly old skin. I'd know you anywhere. Do you have a girlfriend?
That's a matter of opinion.
My daddy will be so pleased with you. I'm his favourite. Well, actually, his only child. But that still makes me his favourite, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Look,
Daddy is very important on Anher. Not that I want to go back there. I like being on my own. I'm a grown woman.
yeah, so you are.
Do you want to be my partner? I've been looking for a partner ever since I left home. We could do jobs and risky errands and stuff. Oh, it'd be so much fun. And we'd probably fall madly head over heels in love.
Sorry, Sarah, I didn't catch your name.
Louisa, Elizabeth, Einstein, Mayflower, Tennessee, Buttercup, Phillips.
Well, unfortunately, Louisa, Elizabeth. Unfortunately, Lou, I can't stay. I've got to meet somebody. They're not here. I better go. Nice talking to you. Try and stay away from dangerous areas next time.
Oh, don't go! What about you being my partner? What about us?
Can I talk to you for a moment, friend?
Yeah, sure.
Joe tells me you are a dependable bloke.
Lying again, he's terrible.
Seriously, I need escort off the planet to Janus 4.
What's the problem?
Well, I work for an organization, you might say, which asks me to collect funds for them from time to time. It's been a profitable run, this last one, and I want to disappear for a little while, if you understand me. I need someone to come along to make sure I got to Janus in one piece. I'll pay you 4,000 credits. Interested?
Sorry, friend. Can't do it just now.
Ah, well. Thank you all the same.
Sure, why not? Just let me know when you're ready to leave, yeah?
Live! I've had the money we discussed transferred to your account. Thanks again for your help.
You're welcome. Are you sure you're going to be all right here?
Yes, indeed. I'm going fishing.
Angus, got a package for you.
Excellent. Glad you had the time. I gather you've not been unbusy. Hey, could you take a package for return to Cryos? Double the fun, double the fee? I'd do it myself, but...
Got a meeting.
Lots of.
Certainly.
Great. This goes to Chernikov Medical Supplies on Cryos. The whole address is there on the label.
Fine. Sorry, I can't.
All right. Thanks anyway.
From Interplanetary Aid.
All right. I've transferred your fee. Just drop it there. Anything else? Or would you like to sit in the status field a while?
No, I'll pass, thanks.
I hear you've been a busy little boy out there.
Beats having nothing to do.
hear you've got yourself a ship.
You must have good ears.
Got a little time on your hands?
Who's asking?
Xavier Shandy, with an axe.
Lev Aris with a Y.
Why?
Why do you want me on my ship?
Got a shipment, ain't I? All nice gear. Requires a bit of escorting.
I don't usually do escort work. Something sensitive.
I wouldn't say sensitive. A little moody, maybe.
I charge extra for arms shipments. They tend to attract unwanted attention. And I've got to know what it's for, otherwise no go.
There's a nice little, uprising on Caractacus.
What, the mutant thing?
I prefer to think of them as genetically challenged. You got something against muties?
Not if I can help it. So come on, Xavier with an X. What's the score?
Guns. Transport.
What are we talking, cred-wise?
8,000 up front, detail on completion.
You're on. Cred me.
Credits where credit's due. I'll get the rest when I get back here.
Not enough.
I'll get someone cheaper then. Everything sweet?
Not too many problems.
7,000, what we agreed on.
8, and you know it.
Silly me. It'll be transferred then. Thanks, Harris. Very nice job. Harris. How's the lady with the wheel treating you?
Not too bad, Sir Shandy. Yourself?
Let's sit down. I'll give you a bit of narrative. Download this. Got a cargo. PGA very soon. I've got to go rendezvous with that out by the system jump point.
You need someone to fly shotgun for?
Not the cargo. My little mining operation. Some places out here have been getting whacked off late. I hate to have that occurring while I was off taking care of business.
What kind of price are we talking?
5,000. I can't front it to you, unfortunately. Cash flow problems. You'll get it all when I get back, though.
I got cash flow problems too, Xavier. I can't do it for skin right now.
Oh, yes, I understand. I'll have to look elsewhere.
Well, you were pretty good to me the last time. I don't see why not.
You're solid, Harris. We'll have to head right out, though. I'll leave in a few hours.
Right you are.
Let's go.
of nowhere when you need it.
I heard the news. I just hate not getting paid.
A man after my own heart.
I'll settle for my 5,000.
Take 10.
That's twice what we agreed.
It's what you deserve. Now shut up and let me buy you a drink.
Nice going, Father. I owe you one.
How about right now?
Yeah, come on.
My guess.
Holmes. That is I.
It's Lord Volms, isn't it? I've seen you on the Hollow.
I don't stand on ceremony at home, or many other places. Sit down, man.
So, how can I help you?
I have word of an arms shipment, which will be making its way from Hephaestus to Anhur. It must be destroyed.
Why?
Because the arms being transshipped are intended for the civil war on Caractacus. If they reach that planet, thousands of people will die who need not do so. That strikes me as reason enough. You and your ship come well spoken of. Will you take the commission? The price is 8,000, paid to you on confirmation of the destruction of that shipment. Gun camera shots will be sufficient.
8,000 is a lot for blowing one ship.
It's not a lot for saving 8,000 lives or so. Which it will.
All right.
Good man. Go then and do your work.
Sorry, my lord. It's not for me.
Very well. Goodbye then.